This video was created by VinylicPuma of VinylicPumaGaming.
Hey guys, so I've been absolutely blown away with the amount of love and support you guys have shown me recently. I was kind of in a dark place the other day when I made that video, and I was really worried about where things were going with the channel. Now, to be honest, to a certain extent, I'm still worried about where things are going, but I think if I work hard at it and I stick to my guns, I think I'm going to be fine in the long run, and we will get through what is essentially a bit of a rough patch right now. As you can probably tell from the title and thumbnail, this is going to be a follow-up video to my previous video where I was discussing what was happening to my channel. After seeing a lot of support from you guys, I felt that it would be appropriate to make a follow-up, reply to some of your guys' feedback, and also go over some of the future plans that I have with the channel. I want to keep you guys up to date on everything, and I also think it would be wise of me to let you all know what's happening and what's going on. Now, before I get into the meat of this video or the main topic at hand, I want to briefly discuss a couple of boring things first. Stick with me though, it's only going to take like 15 seconds or so max. I finally updated my YouTube About page with my channel description, channel details, and also for business inquiries. So if you're curious about that at all, you know where to find that information. Okay, so a lot of the feedback that I got from you guys was amazing and very supportive. A lot of YouTubers talk about how their comment sections are really bad, but I think I could say that overall, I have a very good community here on YouTube. That said, something that I think I've been doing a bad job of for the last couple of months is replying to my comments on my videos. I'm not going to be able to reply to everyone all of the time, but I'm going to put more effort into maintaining some communication with you guys. I think replying to my comments sets me apart from a lot of other YouTubers, and it's good for me to get and reply to your feedback. Some of you guys have also mentioned that I need to fix my audio. While I do think I've gotten a lot better than when I first started, I do think you're right. I do clip occasionally, and I probably hurt your ears if you're using headphones. I'm not going to be able to fix that immediately, but I will work on that. A lot of people also mentioned that I need a new video intro. Again, I won't be able to fix that immediately, but I also think that you guys are right on that as well. Actually, quick question about my intros. Do you guys find my intro patronizing, or is there something else that you just don't like about it? I've got some ideas floating around for a new intro, but I'd like to hear your feedback on the current one before I start to make any changes. A lot of you guys also mentioned that school is back in session. Honestly, I didn't even think of that. I will say though that I did look into it a little bit, and it appears that some channels I watch were affected by this, while others weren't at all. I'd be curious if there was a way to view YouTube views across the entire website and see if they are down across the board. Actually, if you guys know if there is anything like that on either Social Blade or anything else, definitely let me know. Now, I could be reading you guys wrong on this, but it seems like many of you said that I should continue to make Fallout and Borderlands videos while also continuing to experiment with new games. This is something that I do intend to do. Borderlands and Fallout are a big part of what I do on this channel, and I think for the foreseeable future, I will continue to make videos on those games. I'll be going over my plans on both Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Borderlands shortly, but I do want to discuss some of your suggestions for other games right now. Many of you mentioned Destiny. That's a game that I'm going to really have to learn, and the ships may have already set sail on that game, so to speak. It kind of goes either ways. I've seen a lot of people that did cover Borderlands cover Destiny, and they've done very well. However, I've also seen people that decided to cover Destiny, and they didn't do so hot. I also probably need a PS4 because there's a lot of PS4 exclusive content for that game, and one of the reasons I also didn't cover another game like The Division was simply because I didn't have an Xbox One when The Division launched. So I think what I'll say is that it's not totally out of the realm of possibility. It's just let me know your thoughts on that, and we'll go on to the next thing. Now, some of you also mentioned Dark Souls. Fun fact, originally I was going to cover Dark Souls 3 when it came out, but that game had a disastrous launch. I remember From Software sent review codes 2 to 3 weeks before the game launched, and there was an exploit with Xbox Live where you could get the game weeks before release. But because of both of those things, it ultimately fell through for me, and I just decided to skip it. That said, I really enjoyed Dark Souls 1, and I've almost beaten the game with a Soul Level 1 Dark Wraith Pyromancer. Now, I played the second game, but I didn't enjoy it quite as much, but I still want to sit down at some point and beat the entire game. And I also want to play Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. So maybe I'll make videos on one of those games in the future. I just need my PS4, and I just need From Software to not screw up a launch. There's also Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Overwatch. Generally, I tend to avoid competitive games because I suck at them, but I have been interested in Halo lately, since you can probably tell that from the gameplay in this video. I've also heard about Halo SPV3, which, if you don't know, that's a mod for Halo Combat Evolved on PC. That's supposedly really good, and that could be pretty interesting to talk about. I would say of the 4 games that I mentioned, I'd probably most likely cover Halo, then maybe Overwatch. Call of Duty, there are millions of YouTubers that cover Call of Duty, so I might avoid that. Battlefield, I probably won't touch that at all. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, let's talk about Borderlands now. So I think I'm going to really cut back on a lot of the countdowns for Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. They aren't done indefinitely, but I want to take a break from them for a little while. I will continue to make some Borderlands 1 countdowns, but I think for the time being, we are done with Borderlands 2 countdowns. I really need to take some time to come up with some better ideas for countdowns, as opposed to basically like just putting up or remaking videos that I've already made. Something a lot of people commented about for the last video, and they've been asking for a long time, was that I do a Let's Play of a Borderlands game. I've been sort of hesitant to do Let's Plays on this channel because while a number of people like Let's Plays, not everyone likes Let's Plays. So I think what I will do is I'll start a Let's Play series for Borderlands 2. These videos will be about 30 minutes long. They will be totally unscripted, but I will talk about specific topics that I have either planned ahead of time or that you guys have suggested to me. Let me know if you guys are interested in this, and I'll also include a link to a Twitter poll so you guys can choose the character that I play as. I think if I do decide to go through with the Let's Play, what I'm probably going to do, I'll make about 3 or 4 episodes. We'll see how they do, and if you guys don't seem interested, we'll move on to something else. And now on to Fallout and Elder Scrolls videos. A lot of you guys mentioned that you are liking the Fallout theory or lore videos. I'm going to continue to make those, and I actually have one I'm in the middle of working on right now. I'm also considering making some more weapon countdown videos for Fallout as well, but I might wait a little bit before I start releasing a lot of those. I'm also somewhat excited about the prospect of Fallout 4 VR, but I think I want to hear some more information before I take the plunge on that. The HTC Vive is probably something I'm going to have to buy, and it's like $1,000. More accurately, it's probably about $700 or $800, but then I've also got to upgrade my GPU on my PC, and by the time it's all said and done, I'll have spent $1,000. As for Elder Scrolls, I'm interested in making some videos, but what I would like to know from you guys is if you play Fallout, do you also necessarily play Elder Scrolls? While both games are made by the same developer, I could see some people only caring about one game franchise or the other. I may or may not make videos on Skyrim Special Edition when it comes out. Mostly that's just because it's a remaster of a game that everybody already knows about, but at the same time, the console mod community could be really interesting, so I just don't know. Plus, a lot of people might want guides. Who knows? We'll see what happens. What I will say is that it's definitely on my radar, and I am sort of looking forward to it, so I'm probably going to cover it. Now, before we go here, I want to let everybody know that I'm going to be covering a new game soon. I'll let it be a surprise, but just in case you see videos on some random topic or random game, you'll at least know why, and you'll have a heads up. Plus, I'm also letting you guys know, since I don't want you guys to think I've given up on either Borderlands or Fallout content. I'll just be taking a short leave to focus on this other game for a little while, but I promise that I'll be coming back to Borderlands and Fallout within a week. But alright guys, since you guys liked the quote from Sun Tzu from the last video, I figured I'd leave you guys with another quote that I think somewhat pertains to my situation, and that's going to be this. Luck is a dividend of sweat. The more you sweat, the luckier you get. Okay, so that was a quote from Ray Kroc, and depending on your point of view, he was one of the most successful businessmen of the last 100 years, or he's one of the biggest villains of the last 100 years. For those who don't know, Ray Kroc supposedly had a lot to do with McDonald's, and yeah, so anyway guys, you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, and as always, take care and I'll see y'all next time.